Welcome back to our channel, everyone. Today, we're talking about a story that has left reality TV fans completely shocked. It's about Jen Arnold and Bill Klein, the beloved stars of TLC's The Little Couple. For more than 10 years, this couple inspired millions with their love, strength, and positive attitude. But now, their fairy tale has taken a surprising and sad turn. Jen and Bill are officially divorced. And in a shocking twist, Bill has married his secret girlfriend, Anna. Yes, you heard that right. Bill cheated on Jen, and today we're going to go through the whole heartbreaking story. So grab a snack, settle in, and let's talk about this emotional roller coaster. When The Little Couple started on TLC in 2009, it quickly became one of those feel-good reality shows that everyone loved. Bill Klein is a smart businessman who knows how to turn challenges into chances, and Jen Arnold is a skilled neonatologist, a doctor who works with premature babies. From the beginning, their lives as little people in a big world were inspiring. They both have skeletal dysplasia, a type of dwarfism. Their love story was modern and sweet. They met on an online dating site in 2006 and got married in a beautiful wedding in Florida in 2008. The cameras followed them as they built a life together and adopted two wonderful children, Will from China and Zoe from India. Both children also have dwarfism. The couple faced hard times, including Jen's battle with cancer in 2013, but they always seemed strong. Their sense of humor, their love for each other, and how they managed family and work won the hearts of many fans. Everyone cheered them on. For 14 seasons, we got to see their lives up close, moving from Houston to Florida, renovating their home, and celebrating big moments. They were right up there with Chip and Joanna Gaines as one of reality TV's favorite couples. But as we know, what we see on TV isn't always the whole truth. Things started to fall apart behind the scenes. When did it all go wrong? Around 2020, a few years after the show ended in 2018, fans started to notice something wasn't right. Jen and Bill were posting about each other less on social media. Sure, there were still pictures of Will and Zoe, but the cute couple photos and sweet anniversary posts had mostly stopped. At first, people thought they were just busy, Bill with his businesses, and Jen with her tough job at a children's hospital in Florida. But then the rumors started. People on Reddit and Twitter began talking. Someone who said they were a friend of a friend claimed they saw Bill in St. Petersburg, Florida with a woman who was definitely not Jen. Another person said they overheard Jen and Bill arguing at a restaurant about trust and staying out late. I know what you're thinking. Rumors are just rumors. But more and more little signs started showing up. Eventually, even the tabloids noticed. Headlines like Little Couple, Big Problems, and Is Bill Klein Leaving Jen started popping up. Fans were divided. Some defended the couple, saying it was all just gossip. Others said, where there's smoke, there's fire. To be honest, I was skeptical too. Jen and Bill had gone through so much together. Could this really be happening? Then, in early 2023, things took a serious turn. A major entertainment site got a tip from someone close to Bill's company. This insider claimed that for at least 2 years, Bill had been living a double life. According to the source, Bill met a woman named Samantha, Sam for short, on a business trip to New York in 2021. Sam was a tall brunette, a marketing consultant, and had nothing to do with reality TV. They connected right away. What started as work turned into something more. Bill would say he was going away for business, but instead, he was meeting up with Sam. They spent weekends together in places like Miami and Atlanta, away from people who might recognize them. Here's the twist. Sam didn't even know about Jen or the kids at first. She thought Bill was single. When she found out he was married and had been on TV, she was furious. But she stayed with him anyway. Meanwhile, Jen had no idea. She was at home taking care of the kids, working long hours at the hospital, and keeping the family going. Friends say she trusted Bill completely, especially after all they had been through together, including her cancer scare. She never imagined he would betray her. But the truth came out in late 2023, as it always does. Here's how it happened, according to people who know the situation. In November 2023, a mutual friend saw Bill and Sam together at a hotel in Orlando, not far from where the family lived. The friend took a picture and sent it to Jen with the message, "You need to see this." Jen didn't want to believe it at first. But when Bill came home that night, she confronted him. He denied everything, saying Sam was just a work colleague. Jen didn't believe it. She asked to see his phone. And that's when everything came crashing down. There were photos, texts, and even hotel receipts. Jen found messages that went back months. One of them from Sam said, "I can't wait to build a life with you." Can you imagine how Jen must have felt reading that? After 15 years of marriage, 2 kids, and everything they had gone through, her world fell apart. The fight that followed was intense. Later, neighbors said they heard yelling late into the night. Bill was begging for forgiveness, and Jen was telling him to leave. By sunrise, he was gone. Jen was left behind to deal with everything. A week later, she filed for divorce, saying they had irreconcilable differences. According to leaked court documents, cheating was the final straw. Just like that, one of reality TV's most loved couples was over. Even though she was heartbroken, Jen stayed strong. Her friends said she focused completely on her job and her children, trying to keep life stable for Will and Zoe. She left their big family home in St. Pete and moved into a smaller one nearby. It wasn't as big, but it was more peaceful. Jen hasn't talked much about the breakup in public. But in December 2023, she posted a photo on Instagram of herself and the kids with the caption, "Stronger every day." Fans flooded the comments with love, calling her a role model and a warrior. Meanwhile, Bill moved on quickly. By January 2024, people said he was already living with Sam. They were seen grocery shopping, going out to eat, and acting like a normal couple around Florida, not hiding at all. Jen's friends were furious. They said Bill was making things worse by moving on so publicly. Then in March 2024, things got even more shocking. An insider revealed that Bill and Sam had gotten married in a small, private ceremony. Yes, that's right. Bill Klein got married again. The wedding was quiet and simple, with only a few guests and no cameras. It happened at a private beach house in Key West, right at sunset. Sam wore a simple white dress. Bill wore a suit. A friend of Sam's who attended the wedding said that Bill called it the fresh start he had been waiting for. That same month, Jen went back to handling the final parts of their divorce. The settlement was pretty generous. Bill agreed to pay a large amount in child support. Jen kept the family home and got primary custody of Will and Zoe. Bill left with his business assets and his new life with Sam. Some fans felt Jen deserved even more after everything Bill had done. Others said the settlement was fair. But the fan reaction was strong. Social media exploded with hashtags like Boycott Bill and Justice for Jen. People felt betrayed. For years, they believed in the love story shown on The Little Couple. Now it felt like that dream had been broken. Some fans even started rewatching old episodes and pointed out moments when Bill seemed distant or rude to Jen. Looking back, it seemed like there had been signs. Supporters rallied around Jen and the kids. They created fan pages, shared kind messages, and tried to lift her spirits. Will and Zoe, who are now 13 and 11, have stayed out of the spotlight. But people close to the family say they've had a tough time. Both kids were very close to their parents, so the breakup was hard on them. Jen has reportedly started taking them to therapy to help them work through it. There are also reports that Bill introduced the kids to Sam, something Jen wasn't happy about. So, why did Bill give up everything he had with Jen? That's the big question. He was 49 in 2023. Some people think it was a midlife crisis. Maybe he just wanted something new and exciting. Others think the pressure of fame got to him. Even though their show was canceled, they were still well known, and that kind of spotlight can put strain on any marriage. Or maybe he simply fell out of love with Jen and fell in love with Sam. Since Sam hasn't spoken publicly, and Bill hasn't said anything either, we may never know the full truth. For Jen, it's a different kind of heartbreak. In an old interview, she once said Bill was her soulmate and the one person she could always count on.